You know, even smaller panfish, if you have the right gear, is a lot of fun. But look at this. Nice crappie, head shaking. They kind of remind you of largemouth, right, Grant?
Exactly.
Especially when they come up with their mouth open like that. And we'll use the little net even though it's here. There we go. Hey, double header, all right. I'm gonna just pull them up now. Did the hook fall out? No. Look at it. Isn't that a nice crappie? Beautiful colors. What amazes me is how delicate they look. You can see how thin the lip is. It's almost clear. You can see right through it. And the eye, see the detail, that nice bar that goes right through the eye? And then look at the fins. I mean, the colors are amazing. And then just the way they've got the blotches on the back. Classic black crappie. So this is nice. See how this, I'm gonna drop him in and he's gonna slide right down. And let's see how we're doing with our hoop. Oh, guess what? We got a few crappie in there. We're gonna have a nice crappie fry. So they're gonna go back in the water and be happy fish until we get the next one in there. Now, you know, we talked about it being cool today. You can still see some snow flurries blowing in. We're dressed pretty warm. Actually, Grant is dressed as if he was ice fishing. That's the same outfit that he uses. And what I've done is I've layered. So even though I just have a hoodie on, I'm actually very comfortable because I have 3 layers underneath that. But the one thing that I'm really impressed about is these pants that I'm wearing. If you watch the shows, you know that I like to wear Dickies clothing. These are so neat. They're ideal fishing pants because they've got Cordura lining and it's a fitted knee. You see where these cuts are here, where it's been sewn? The knee's actually curved to your legs. And you can see that the Cordura is even on the bottom on the cuffs, so that if you do scrape the bottom of your cuffs, you won't wear them out. But the thing I like most is the pockets on both sides. Look at these pockets. You like this? There's my pliers right there. Very handy. And you can see there's another little pocket there if I wanted to put hemostats in there. Big deep pockets, and there's pockets all over these pants. And they're a very nice canvas type material. So they're actually water resistant, pretty warm, and very durable. Let me tell you a little bit about the floats that we're using. This is more of a classic ball type float, and it has a pretty good flotation. So what I'm going to do is just drop it in the water, and I'm going to show it close to you here, that it's like a classic. See the way it's sitting up? So it's balanced so that the water line is right at the equator of the float. So this is a good float. It casts really well, and it's somewhat sensitive. It's a pretty good float. Now I'm going to show you this other one that I've got rigged up on this rod. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have a mast, okay? So the other one, actually, I'm going to pick it up to show you here. See, the one has a mast. That's what that tip is that you see. This one doesn't have a tip sticking out, no mast. And because of that, it's not as stable. So watch what happens when I put it in the water. I'm going to let it go down, and I've got it weighted the same way. Okay, it's still buoyant, it's still at the equator, but it's much more sensitive. See how it doesn't sit upright? And if I just move my line even, you can see that it moves with the slightest bit of resistance. So this float that I have on there is much more sensitive. So they're just two different designs. A float with the mast will be more stable in the water. You can usually add a little bit more weight to it. And it takes a little bit more power for a fish to pull it under. When you get a float like this that doesn't have a mast, it's usually much more sensitive, and anything that touches gets registered. You know, one of the reasons why these crappie move into the shallower water, probably the main reason, is the water temperature. Grant was telling me that it's about 52 degrees in this channel. So that's the reason why they're attracted to it. Now look at this one, it wasn't hooked very deep, just hooked in the upper lip. I'm actually surprised that he didn't tear the hook out. Just gonna get the hook out.
Nice
Get
fish.
it back in the basket. Thank you very much. Man, you are a good guide. I can see why you guys are guiding so much. Just going to check the basket again. Every once in a while yeah, this is good.
Canadian Sport Fishing has been brought to you by Suffix, the world's most hardcore fishing line. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Dickies. Guaranteed workwear since 1922. Lucky Strike. All you need is a Lucky Strike.
Big head shakes. It's amazing, Grant, eh? They haven't stopped hitting. They've just
No.
gotten fish steadily. Go ahead and get him up. He swallowed that jig head again. If you can just see that. It's nice and deep in his mouth. He's not a monster, but you know what? It's a good eating size fish. Okay, see if I can get the hook out. Grant, you got a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, you might as well walk it back here. We're gonna put it in our basket. Take your time. Hold that
don't
rod
wanna
up.
lose
You don't want to lose it, okay?
How can I pass that to you,
Yeah,
please?
you sure
There you
can.
go. Thanks.
Let me put my finger in that big mouth and I'll hold him up. Isn't that nice? Pretty crappie. I can see why people love to catch them.